Hello. Have you ever found it so strange that we suffer in our own imagination most of the time, even though we have the ability to decide what to keep and what not to keep in our mind? So many times we just let images and thoughts enter our mind freely without any control or awareness. That's why we often produce worst case scenarios and then get anxious or scared, when we can actually change the trajectory of our imagination at any time and enjoy peace and happiness with it. It is within your control and free will. In this video, I'll tell you how you can do it, how you can have fun with your imagination instead of letting it make you become a nervous wreck all the time. And I promise you, as long as you can recognize what's going on inside your mind and choose to believe or imagine things that benefit you, you'll be the boss of your reality. No more victimhood, no more why me, why this, why that, no more anxiety or fear, just pure awareness, inner peace, and the power to create anything you want. Have you ever paid attention to this loop of thinking and feeling that you often fall into? When you have a thought such as, I'm afraid I won't get this job, you instantly experience emotions that correspond with that thought, fear and anxiety, and then your brain will continue to produce similar thoughts that further intensify these emotions. I don't think I'm qualified enough. All the candidates are too strong. What if I mess up in the interview? If I don't get this job, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. This is probably my only chance. More anxiety, more anxiety, more anxiety, more fear, more fear, more fear. And before you even realize it, you've become addicted to this loop. You keep brooding over it and fretting over it again and again and again. This is a very common problem that I believe everyone experiences with different levels of severity. Why do we do this? Why do we imagine unlucky events and undesirable outcomes even though they make us feel terrible? We need to talk about this first because understanding the reason behind this proclivity can help us find a way out. In order to break free, you need to understand what is keeping you stuck first. So first of all, catastrophizing comes from our natural biology. In evolutionary psychology, there's something called negativity bias. It refers to our tendency to attend to, learn from, and use negative information far more than positive information in order to survive in dangerous environments. Our ancestors who overestimated threats were more likely to survive, and this bias still exists today, even when the threats are now sometimes imaginary. Besides, and I think this is more serious than the first one, this tendency to produce worst-case scenarios and negative outcomes in your mind can also be attributed to your past experiences, especially ones that you had in your childhood. So for example, if you were raised in an unstable environment, whether it manifested as financial instability or emotional instability, you are more likely to develop a habit of catastrophizing as a coping mechanism. And if one of your parents or caregivers was emotionally unstable or very hard to please, you also unconsciously form a habit of expecting the worst to come, even when you are having a really good time. It's like your brain recognizes happiness and peace as something unfamiliar to you, so it will keep creating worst-case scenarios to bring you a sense of predictability and familiarity. This is the reason why a lot of people completely accept limiting beliefs and follow negative thinking patterns even when they are suffering, just for a sense of knowing. So you see, again, your past is holding you back because your past is the most familiar thing to you. You know everything about your past. You can interpret it in any way that you want, and that interpretation does not even have to reflect the complete truth of what really happened. You just revisit the past and retell it again and again, adding more details and information to make you dwell even deeper in the emotions that you are holding on to. And then you use your past to predict your future. You use your past to catastrophize and recreate the same past over and over again. Why do you think that you cannot do something? Probably because you tried to do something in the past, you tried to achieve something in the past, but then you failed, so now you just automatically think that you will also fail this time. Why do you imagine that something good will not come to you? Probably because you've never experienced that good thing, so you just automatically assume that you will never have it. And let me tell you this, whatever you imagine with conviction and strong emotions will always become your reality. A lot of people imagine bad things, and then when it really happens in real life, they are like, why is this happening to me? Without knowing that they consciously or unconsciously created what they are experiencing. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions will eventually influence your behavior, habit, lifestyle, and destiny. It's time to stop using your past to catastrophize. It didn't do you any good. It is not doing you any good, and it won't do you any good. You are not defined by your past. You can decide to liberate yourself from it overnight. Literally. You can decide to become a completely different person and reinvent yourself overnight. You just need to make a decision. Are you determined to make that decision? If you are, I'll tell you how to do it. It's quite simple, actually. I'm not going to make it complicated, okay? I'm going to simplify this for you because I want everyone who is watching this video to remember what I say and apply it right away. So listen, the only way you can stop imagining worst-case scenarios is stop entertaining them. Stop giving them your energy. The reason why your negative thoughts and beliefs always win and dominate your mind is because you keep giving them your energy. And by energy, I mean your attention and your emotion. Anytime you have a negative thought, you automatically invest your emotions in it. You focus on it, you believe in it, and you let it control you right away. That's how you step in the loop of thinking and feeling. The more you think, the more you feel, and the more you feel, the more you think. There's no space that separates you from your thoughts. You are one with them. And this is the problem. You need to create a space to stop this automatic identification. And that space is your awareness. Know when you start to imagine bad things and stop giving them your energy. If a voice in your head says, you will fail that test, you will not find a good partner and have a happy relationship. The weather will be terrible when you go on vacation. You will face some financial issues. You will suffer some health problems. What do? Nothing, basically. You just need to observe that thought until it fades away. Stop entertaining these thoughts. Stop feeding them and strengthening them with your attention and emotion. Stop arguing with them or accepting them. You just need to be like, okay, I heard you. Bye. They will lose their power very quickly. The only reason why they could exist in your mind is because they were feeding off your attention and your emotion. Just try it. You'll see. I can guarantee this works all the time. But then what do? Should you imagine best case scenarios and give them your energy? It sounds like a better choice, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you, this will probably make you even more miserable than imagining worst case scenarios, because imagining how things should unfold and become obsessed over it can very easily make you susceptible to disappointment, frustration, and even hopelessness. You may know what you want, but you will never know how it will come to you. It's none of your business either, so don't even try to imagine how and when the things that you want will come to you if you don't want to step into another negative loop. What I recommend is that you stay in the present moment. Don't let your mind wander back to the past or towards the future. Focus on the now and start entertaining a different thought. And this might sound a bit simple, even a bit cliche to some people, but those who believe in it will benefit from it. And that thought is, everything is happening in my favor. Say this to yourself and believe in it blindly. No matter what is happening right now, invest your attention, your focus, and your emotion in it. When I was at the lowest points in my life, I believed in this thought more than anything. Even when my life was falling apart and I was losing myself, I said this to myself every day, and I held it in my heart with faith. And it always turns out that everything has always been happening in my favor. Indeed. Just imagine how you will feel when you know that you are always protected and guided. Imagine how you will feel when you know that in the end, you have everything that you want, that is right for you. Embrace these feelings of happiness and gratitude. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know how things will turn out. You don't need to know how you will get there. The only thing you need to know is that in the end, you will always win. And when you immerse yourself in this inner knowing, there's no place for worry. There's no place for anxiety and fear. There's no place for worst-case scenarios. There's only peace. And that's everything I want to share in today's video. Please remember that you are in control of what's going on inside your mind. When you use your imagination to cultivate and maintain peace instead of chaos, happiness instead of unhappiness, abundance instead of scarcity, luck instead of bad luck, you will reshape your reality accordingly. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Look at the sunlight. The sun is setting. So beautiful.